Hey guys, welcome back to the Vin Review. It's your boy Melvin, and today we will be talking about the very successful Filipino telenovela, The Promise, or should I say Pangako Sa'yo. This is dubbed as the very first teleserye. It was the first time that a Filipino telenovela was called a teleserye. So the show premiered on November 13th in the year 2000 and it ended on September 20th in the year 2002. It has 481 episodes. Okay, this show was huge and very successful, and it was the very first Filipino television show to be aired here in Kenya. So let's get into the plot, and I'll be reading the plot. The story begins with a romance between Amor de Jesus and Eduardo Buenavista. Eduardo's mother, Donna Benita, opposes the relationship since Amor was a housemaid and because she wanted Eduardo to marry Claudia Zalameda for political reasons. Donna Benita asks Eduardo's older brother, Diego, who was also attracted to Amor, to separate them. Upon seeing Diego trying to rape Amor, Eduardo mistook it for them having an affair, breaking his heart and promised him to marry Claudia. The now pregnant Amor is banished from Buenavista Hacienda and she returns to her mother in Manila, who was living at a dam site. She vows a revenge on the Buenavista family when she learns that Eduardo has married Claudia. After giving birth to her daughter, Maria Amor, Amor and her friend Lourdes survive by working in clubs. Amor caught the eye of a rich American named James Powers, who brings her to the United States. She leaves Maria Amor with her mother at the dam site and sends money to them time to time. James Powers proves to be abusive towards Amor and forbids her from returning home after a landslide hits the dam site. In retaliation to all of the abuses towards her, Amor does not help him when he suffers a stroke, and so James Powers dies. And then Amor inherits his fortune. Eduardo and Claudia have two children, Angelo and Leah. Eduardo is the governor of the province of Punta Verde, while Claudia has become the ever-elusive queen of illegal gambling in Punta Verde. Angelo is a rebel who dislikes his father, while Leah is a sweet, devout Catholic teenager who cares for the feelings of her loved ones. Amor's daughter survives the landslide and is adopted by Belen Macaspak and her husband. The couple found drawings of Eduardo made for Amor signed in a morata near the abandoned child, so they decide to call the little girl Ina Morata, in short, Ina. Belen and Isco have their own children, Kaloy, who hates Ina, and a teenager called Flerida. So Amor, after a few years, returns to the Philippines to seek revenge on the Buenavistas. Ina goes to work for the Buenavistas as a maid and falls in love with Angelo, and so that is the plot. Amor is back for revenge, and Ina and Angelo are in love. So, guys, did you guys watch this show? If you did, tell me, what was the best part of it? I mean, what got you watching it? I remember one of the most intriguing parts of this show has to be the intense rivalry between Jean Garcia and Yula Valdez, who play Amor and Claudia respectively. This rivalry will go down in teleserie history as one of the most intense rivalries on screen. I mean, they hated each other so much, and you could just feel it through the screen. It was amazing. It was beautiful to watch. Also, Jean Garcia who plays Claudia Buenavista, is regarded as one of the most iconic villains in the history of Filipino television. I mean, this woman who portrayed Claudia Buenavista did it for us. She was bad. She was glamorous. She is an icon. And I see why she's regarded as one of the most, iconic villains, because Claudia was the show. She did carry the show. But then another aspect that I truly enjoyed in this one is the love story between Ina and Angelo. Now, this is the first time I'm probably saying that I enjoyed a love story, because I did enjoy it so much. They were young, but then it didn't have this teenage feel to it. Serious things were happening. Yes, it was young love, and it wasn't, teenage drama like. That is what I enjoy. And you guys know that this show was remade in 2015. I'm not really a fan of the 2015 version. The original version to me still is the best version of the story. And yeah, let's talk about the impact of this show. This show is probably considered one of the most impactful teleseries in the history of teleseries. As I told you, this was the very first show to be dubbed a teleserye. And this really gave Filipino shows an identity. Why am I saying this one gave Filipino shows an identity? Because originally the Filipinos were doing what, South American telenovela, makers were doing. They were trying to emulate what those guys were doing. But then with this one, they found their voice, they found their format, they found their own formula of making soap operas, and that was beautiful to watch. They got their own identity in the midst, and this show was a pioneer in for the teleseries we watch today. All of them have been inspired one way or another from this original teleserie. Its impact is still felt even today, and I can assure you, if they did reruns here in Kenya today, this show will still get so many viewers, because that's just how it is. It's impactful. Okay. The teleserie was very successful globally. It had over 1 billion viewers globally during its, everywhere it was shown, it got over 1 billion viewers all around the world. Also, let's talk about the cast. Christine Hamosa and Jericho Rosales had intense chemistry, which really, I think, helped so much with with the success. Overall, this show is a 10 out of 10 for me. In my opinion, this is a 10 out of 10. If you haven't watched it, I believe some of the episodes are on YouTube. You can catch up on YouTube. If you want to get into Filipino soap operas, I assure you, if you've never watched Filipino soap operas and you want to get into Filipino soap operas, I advise you to watch The Promise first, and watch the original The Promise. Do not watch the 2015 one. If you haven't watched The Promise, please watch the 2000 version first. If you want to watch the other one, it's okay. You can do that. You can watch the other one. But then I would advise you to watch the original one first, because the second one for me doesn't really hold a candle to the first one, if I'm being honest. But that is just my opinion. Okay. Kudos to everyone who was in this. The acting was amazing. The twists and the turns were everything. This show had so many twists. Like, this was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And one of, the biggest twists and turns was the paternity of these people in an Angelo. You think this, but then it's not it. It's something totally different. If you watched it, you understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and have an amazing day. Bye.